Hello, everybody. I'm Seth Weissman. Welcome to another episode of Safe Real Estate. And today we're going to revisit the subject of love letters and address the question of whether there is such a thing as a fair housing compliant love letter. And the answer to that question is yes. You can send a love letter that does not violate any of our fair housing laws. But buyers can also send love letters that can get the seller into trouble. Now, as we all know, a love letter is a letter that the buyer sends along with an offer that explains why they should be selected as the buyer to purchase the property in an extreme seller's market. So let's say, for example, that the seller gets 10 offers. One of them is from the buyer, and the buyer submits a love letter. They're not the high offer, but in their letter, they say something like this: "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I wanted to introduce ourselves and let you know that we happen to go to the exact same church, synagogue, mosque, other religious institution, and we usually sit in front of you on Sunday mornings. And you may know our children, Tammy, Tim, and Sarah. They happen to be the same sexes as your children. And as I recall, you also have 3 children of your own." And they go on to explain why they should be selected as the buyers because of these common traits. The sellers remember this family and say, we really would like to sell to a family just like ours, so we're going to sell to them even though they were not the high offer. Could that get the seller into trouble? And the answer is absolutely yes. Because now the seller can be accused of selling based on the religion and familial status of the buyers who have submitted the offer. But talking about a fair housing compliant love letter, the buyer could say something like the following. The buyer could say, "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Jones, we have noticed in walking through your gardens that you have beautiful shade gardens along with your home. And we just want you to know how beautiful we think they are. And if we happen to be selected as the buyers to purchase your home, we promise that we will take exceptionally good care of the gardens that you have worked so hard to create." That is a love letter that has nothing to do with any of the protected categories. The buyers could send such a letter. Maybe they send a letter which says something like, "We happen to love mid-century modern architecture. We would love to buy this house as a result. We suspect it was one of the reasons you selected the house, and we will take exceptionally good care of a home with this particular architectural style." Again, fully compliant love letter does not violate any of our fair housing laws. The challenge, of course, is how does the seller know whether the love letter is compliant or not? I can't think of a good answer to that question other than possibly writing on the envelope, "Fair housing compliant love letter. Please screen before showing to the seller." And the realtor could then look at the letter and come to the same conclusion that this letter has nothing to do with any of the protected categories. Some listing agents may want to play that role, others may not. That's a choice for the listing agent and the seller to still make. But I'm raising this as a possibility because we are in such an extreme seller's market. I'm trying to think of every possible thing buyers can do to distinguish their offers. And this type of compliant love letter might just do the trick. In any event, give it a try, see if it works for your buyers. I hope you have enjoyed this video. As always, it's great to see you. Please continue to tune in. Bye now.